With two brand new Metroid games on the horizon, it's time to look back on what made the series so special.
Let's go!
Welcome back, Samus. We're so glad to see you.
Yes.
Really missed her.
Me too. She's been gone for a long time.
Yep.
All we've had is Federation Force. And Scott, I want to talk to you about Federation Force because I've played I did the training thing.
Okay.
And I played one mission.
Yes. And you love it.
I don't.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is, it's not that it controls bad, because, the controls are a little bit different, much better than Hunter's.
Okay.
So my complaint isn't the controls, it's that I don't feel some of the things that we're going to talk about here that make Metroid so special.
So are we just making it clear that this episode excludes Prime Federation Force?
Yes,
Okay.
because I'm going to be making some contrasts here.
All right. Well, Samus made a return in a big way this E3.
Huge.
And we're getting two new games. And I also, we've looked at the sales numbers, Simeon, and we've seen that...
So bad.
Yeah, Metroid doesn't really get what it's due, and it doesn't sell as much as you'd think it would because of its popularity.
No.
But finally, Nintendo appeases their most talkative fans, the squeakiest of wheels.
Yes.
And
we're getting that grace.
We're getting it. So I'm happy. Oh, and they're going to really try to monetize these two games. I've seen it's already happening with the Metroid and Samus Amiibo 2-pack, and they're making a Samus Return Special Edition. So do not be surprised at all when Prime 4 has Amiibo and Special Edition, metal case, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The metal case.
So, because they know that, 1 million people will buy it. 1 million people might also shell out some more cash because they're so enthusiastic about Metroid.
And overly large t-shirts that...
Yeah. For pre-order bonuses from GameStop, perhaps. Yes. Let us know if you remember those, guys. So, why are fans so enthusiastic about Metroid? Historically, they don't do the best sales-wise, but the fans seem to be the most persistent. Does it seem like maybe we forced Nintendo's hand to do it at this E3?
I think so.
Was Reggie tired of hearing about it?
I think they were tired of hearing about it, which makes me surprised that they're apparently not tired of hearing about Mother. But
I'm sure it's next on the list.
It's. I think they got to the point where we finally talked them into it. Yep. They saw the reaction to Metroid Prime Federation Force. They were like, "It's a good game, but it's not even close to what we actually want."
Yes.
And so I think they finally just decided we need to give them some hope.
One of the reasons I love Metroid is it's like the only series that Nintendo takes seriously all the time. Zelda, it could be, it's one of those, it's rated T or most of the time. It could be, or some of the time.
Yeah, E10 plus.
I mean, it's grittier, it's sword fighting and stuff like that. But still, there's some real goofy NPCs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you don't find that in
some
Metroid.
Jokes.
Mario doesn't get taken seriously. Mario's all about the humor a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. But Metroid is intentionally mature. Not in an ESRB sense, but it's a mature game.
It is, because they have to... It's all about, well, this is the first thing I'm going to talk about, atmosphere. Yeah. Is they create the atmosphere that is unique to the franchise as far as Nintendo goes. And I think that's what fans like about it, is it's not so intense to the point of it not being accessible to younger audiences, but it still has that atmosphere of the music, the environments. Those two things, along with the next thing on my list, which is loneliness, it really sucks you into a game different than Legend of Zelda or Mario would.
Right.
It really sinks you into, you're alone, you're in this world, everything is against you, and that's one of the things that Prime Federation Force I mean, even after one level, it's like these people are talking to me, and it's like, yeah, Metroid Prime 3, you got some of that, but really, you still felt all alone. I honestly didn't know who I could trust.
Yeah.
In Metroid Prime 3, and so Federation Force is just like maybe something to get people introduced to the series, but it doesn't have the environments, the music, and the loneliness that the rest of the series has.
The music for me is huge. I think it's Nintendo's best work.
Yes.
Like when the Starry Night happened during E3 and the smoke started to come and the S started to curve, I was like, wow, is this really Metroid? Then they timed the music perfectly so that the bass hits right when the words Metroid Prime appear. Mm-hmm. And that's what made me remember, oh man, the music in the Prime series is spectacular.
So good.
And I've been listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah?
Yeah, and when I listen to the soundtrack, I remember not only how good the music is, but each piece is unique, and it reminds me of the boss fight or when you first step into the new area.
Oh, yeah.
And it brings me right back to this game that is, 16 years old, the original Metroid Prime, which I think has the best music yet.
Now, can you guess which Metroid Prime song is stuck in my head right now?
Let's see. Wee-wah.
No, that one's right after.
Okay.
But Magmore Caverns.
Yep.
Magmore Caverns is so good. Yep. Yeah. So good.
Did you realize Magmore Caverns didn't have a boss? It was just kind of like
you're right.
Get to here and there.
I never thought about it that way.
Area. But yeah, a lot of the bosses have their own themes and just the instrumentation, if you can call it that, because not a lot of traditional instruments are used in the music. So good. Let's also talk about the challenge though, because it's another one of those games that wouldn't hold your hand. I got stuck over and over again, and really all you can do is explore every corner of the map, and the game won't often guide you.
And the challenge and the loneliness factor and the atmosphere work really well together.
Yep.
In ways that I don't really experience with other games.
Yeah.
Because there were several points at which I would die, like during a boss battle, or even just going around the world, like where I'd be running low on health, looking for a save point, and then I'd die, and I wouldn't want to go back to the game because I was afraid. Like, this game made me afraid to go back to it. Now, granted, I was a little bit younger. Yeah. When I was playing the first Metroid Prime, but still, it had that sense of dread. I had that sense of dread where it was challenging. If I died, it made me want to step back and take it in, right, and like gear up the next day and come back at it, because oh man.
The Metroid games also do a fantastic job in giving you a sense of empowerment. You're really put in control of a very strong and capable character with awesome weapons and a tool for everything that you can come across. Maybe not at first, but you can unlock it.
That is probably one of the greatest things. That's why we put Samus at the top of our most Batman Pantendo characters. If you haven't seen that list, you got to go watch that video.
Basically, in all games on Nintendo platforms, which characters are the most Batman?
Yes, are the most Batman. They're most in control.
Yep. They
got cool gadgets, and they got a sweet ride.
Samus, and Samus.
Yeah, and silent protagonist. Right. Also a good way to go. Yep. Now, the empowerment of the weapons and the control that you feel over Samus in every one of the games, 2D and 3D, it's something that other series don't give you. I mean, Legend of Zelda kind of does, but Mario, basically, for the most part, you have everything, or you come across power-ups and you lose them, and it's not a big deal, whereas with the whole world unlocks as you get these new abilities that you can see an area and you can't get to it because you don't have that item yet, and you're always wanting to go back and use those cool new things, whether it's the screw attack or the grappling hook or a new beam.
Right.
Oh, so cool.
Suffice it to say, we cannot wait. Come quickly, 2020.
Indeed.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, seriously, whenever this game comes.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the Nintendo Force.
Don't forget to subscribe to Nintendo Force Magazine on their Patreon page. They're great guys. They do great work. We want to thank the NF people so much for giving us this spot to make make videos for you guys, is what I was trying to say. We love making videos for you guys.
Every week.
Every week.
See you Saturday. Have a good time. Bye-bye.
Signing off.